Hey, what's up, guys? It's MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk about Microsoft and the Xbox platform because just last week they made headlines because of the leaks that were going around claiming that Microsoft could be going third party, or they could be just taking most of their first party titles and putting them on the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch moving forward, which has a lot of fans pretty upset because they spent a lot of their hard-earned money and put faith in the Xbox brand just for them to turn around and put it on their competitors' consoles. And of course, you had the Sony fanboys poking fun at the entire situation, but it became an entire shit show to the point that Phil Spencer himself had to come out and pretty much say that, hey guys, just wait until next week, which is this week, for us to give you an update of the future and our plans for the Xbox platform moving forward. So in this video, I pretty much want to give you my thoughts and opinions on this entire situation, and also update you guys on what these speculations were as far as their plans moving forward. So before we dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. Now, for those of you guys who are new to this channel, I've been covering Microsoft and the Xbox platform for some time on this channel, and it's really surprising me because my channel don't really cover a lot of Xbox content here, but these guys has been making, like, I guess you would say, controversial decisions, especially when it came to the Activision Blizzard situation that lasted for way too long than it should, but they finally sealed the deal on that. And then of course we have the situation to where that there could be a potential possibility that Hi-Fi Rush could be going to the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation 5, which have a lot of fans upset. And then we can't forget about Starfield and also the Redfall controversy that was going on in terms of its quality and also the development cycle behind these games. Man, it's just so much to just talk about here. And then we can't forget that we had pretty much some shakeup within the company itself, to where everybody had pretty much got a promotion, where we have Sarah Bond. She's taking over as the new president of the Xbox division, and we talked about whether or not if she's actually a diversity hire, or whether or not that she actually has some, I guess you say, some merit as far as her credentials, as far as working in the field, such as technology and everything, which you can also check out that video as well. And also Sarah Bond will be popping up in this video because there's also wild speculations or rumors that's surrounding this woman as well, who is now running the Xbox division. So first we want to head into the article. So now we have the article right here from Game Ramp. Phil Spencer responds to Xbox multi-plat drama, announces event for next week. Xbox fans finally know when they can expect official word from Microsoft regarding recent rumors of first-party exclusive games going multi-platform. And it says, amid rampant rumors and speculations surrounding alleged internal plans to release several key Xbox titles on PlayStation and Nintendo consoles, CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Phil Spencer, has let fans know when they can expect Microsoft to clear the air. Xbox is coming off of a very successful developer direct last month, which showcased new gameplay footage and release windows for 3 of its big AAA titles set to release this year, and Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones, and The Great Circle, and Evolve. Now, I've seen the direct that they had. It was okay. Most of the times I really didn't care too much for it, but I know Xbox fans are looking forward to them, such as Hellblade 2, Evolve, that they have, and Indiana Jones. But for me, it was more so like the third party that I was looking forward to. It was only one third party, and that was Visions of Mana that's coming out for the Xbox Series X as well, which I'll be purchasing that for the Xbox. So I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, I really didn't care too much for those titles. They just didn't scratch my itch. I'm not saying that they're bad, but they just didn't scratch my itch. It just wasn't for me. But I digress. It says a couple of weeks ago, rumors began cropping up about Tango's games, Lauded Rhythm action game, Hi-Fi Rush, and Rare's live service, Pirate Sandbox, Sea of Thieves, making their way to the PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch. As they are some of the Xbox smaller titles, bringing these games to a new audience makes sense, especially in the case of Sea of Thieves. Most recently, though, some Xbox biggest exclusive titles have joined the rumor mill as selected. Industry insiders now believe that Xbox is debating releasing games like Starfield, Hellblade 2, and Indiana Jones in the Great Circle on the PlayStation 5. Now, I know Xbox fans, even hearing some rumors or speculations that Microsoft could be going in this direction, will really piss off the fans and really disappoint the fans, especially since fans of the Xbox been waiting so long, especially for Hellblade 2. Plenty of fans been just talking about Hellblade 2 and just making it the poster child of one of the best exclusives to have on the Xbox platforms, just for them to turn around, if true, to put it on the PlayStation 5. I think that would definitely hurt a lot of Xbox fans' ego, pride, everything, and that would be a complete shit show over the internet if that happens to be the case. So it says even Xbox long-running staple franchises like Halo and Gears of War are also now being rumored to become available to PlayStation 5 players in the future, essentially making Xbox a third-party publisher. Met with massive online outcry from large portion of the Xbox community, these rumors have created a demand for official word from Xbox. Yes, it totally did, because then we had some of the big Xbox fans who are like part of the YouTube gaming community that make content just dedicated to Xbox, are saying that hell with that, man. I'm jumping ship. Like if you guys are going to do this to us, then there's no need for me to be around to even support you guys, as an avid Xbox fans. And that's crazy if that is the case. We got to keep that in mind, because this is all rumors and speculations. Keep this in mind as we talk about this topic. So, after several days of speculation and Xbox fans calling for Microsoft to clear the air, Phil Spencer has finally responded on Twitter, expressing that he's listening to the community. Spencer announced that Xbox is planning a business update event set to go live next week, which is this week. We don't know what day it is, and I wanted to wait for more details, because as the news was coming out and the speculations was coming out, I was planning on doing this video the week that these speculations was coming out, but I decided to wait as more information come out, and decided to upload this video or work on this video for today, and hopefully we'll get an answer to this video once the direct come up, and I'll do a follow-up with what they have in planned and then store it for the community itself. So he also left a tweet. Phil Spencer said, "We're listening and we hear you. We've been planning a business update event for next week, where we look forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. So stay tuned." So this is where it gets really good, because there's so many people that's speculating, as we've been talking about, which is especially where we talked about Hi-Fi Rush and what's been going on with that. But we're not done yet, because we also had seen people post up on Twitter some rumors. There's supposed to be some inside rumors of what's going on as far as Sarah Bond is concerned and this shakeup within Xbox moving forward. And before we get into that and we talk about this, I just want to let you guys know that this is all rumors and speculations. Even though these game journalists are documenting and writing articles about these speculations and rumors, and people who are coming out with these rumors are some credible people that people say is credible with this type of information, we still have to take this for a grain of salt, because we really don't know, because there's a lot of muddled information that's going on here, and we don't know exactly what's true and what's actually false. So as I said before, we just talking about this and giving my opinion on the speculations, and then we'll see, or we put together what could be the possible future for Xbox moving forward. So I just want to let you guys know, it's just rumors. For those of you guys who are just coming in here, none of this is fact. So we're going to dive right into it. So apparently somebody, when it comes from Daka, said, breaking news, insider confirmation. It says that Xbox new president Sarah Bond to break up hardware division. On a brighter note, no American jobs will be lost, because the entire division from sales, manufacturing to customer support are all located in India. And that's another thing, man, about especially living here in the United States, where all our jobs has been just sent over to overseas. And it gets kind of frustrating at times. I know this is probably off topic, but it does get frustrating when you're trying to call for contact support for a product or service, and then they just send you all the way over to like India or some foreign country. And then when it comes to communication, it gets really frustrating, because you don't understand what they're saying. They don't understand what you're saying, but they get frustrated at you because you don't understand them at times. And it's just crazy. It's just silly to me, but I digress. We're going to move on. to actually elaborate on what Doc is talking about here. So apparently there's some leaked text messages, some insider information that's going on about what Sarah Bond could possibly be doing with the Microsoft Xbox brand. So it says, LOL, never mind, it's real. Laughing my ass off, let's go. So just call Blink. It's real. Bond's hacking Xbox to pieces. They want to move to a Stadia-like platform because Xbox hardware hasn't been financially viable since the Xbox One. They were told this during yesterday's morning meeting that Spencer is furious with her about this, but corporate Microsoft is backing her on it. This year's new model Xbox may be their last. And that's interesting. And for them to, if true, like I said, keep that in mind. This is all hearsay right here. But they're saying that Sarah Bond wants to take the Xbox platform and move it over to something like Stadia. Now, they've been putting a lot of effort in this whole xCloud thing and with this whole Game Pass thing, which we'll talk about here. And whether or not could this be the plan that they're doing moving forward with Xbox, by making it more like Stadia, but now you have Game Pass and the xCloud and everything. But we'll talk about that in a second. Let's continue. Then it says, dog, I just realized where I know Bond's name from. Fucking T-Mobile. She's the one that harbored the acquisition over Sprint and fucked over a ton of businesses when they forced Sprint to remove landline phone connections. Literally thousands of businesses had to get new 800 numbers and shit, and it cost an estimated $43 billion in damage. Now, I agree with that. Like, Jesus Christ. Yes, Jesus Christ, if this happens to be true. And I would definitely have to dig into that. And if you guys do know that information, I also suggest you guys leave that in the comment sections below if you know anything about this decision from Sarah Bond. So this is all a team group effort from everybody here. So yeah, dude, she's bad fucking news. But thinking about BGS and ZeniMax, honestly, I could see Howard buying shares to get them independent again, but woo, buddy, it's going to cost them. I don't know. I don't think Tyler's talking about retiring anyway, right? After Skyrim or whatever, that he's planning on getting out of the business and just retiring. So I don't think he'll probably go out and do that, but who knows? I could be wrong. So that was pretty much it for that rumor mill as far as that's concerned. So we're going to just try to unpack this, unravel this, and give you my thoughts and opinions on this. Now, I've always said this. Many people is seeing this as, if it happens to be true, that them putting all their first party games on these other platforms, people see this as Microsoft throwing in the towel. Now, I want to remind you of something. Microsoft, out of all these industries, that all these companies that's out there, their competitors, Microsoft has a shit ton of money. Microsoft is not hurting when it comes to money. Microsoft, and I keep saying this time and time again, many videos I said in the past, that Microsoft is playing the long game. And the reason why they're able to play the long game, because they have the money to do so. Many people see this as a defeat for having their games on multiple platforms. But me, this is my personal opinion. This is my theory. This is my speculation. This is not fact. Just want to repeat that. This is not fact. This is my speculation. This is what I'm thinking. To me, it appears that Microsoft, what they're trying to do is they're trying to be able to play friendly with everybody. Hey, let's all come together. Let's be friends. We all need to come together and be able to play together. Here, I'm going to be your friend and I'm going to give you some of my exclusives. Put it on the platform. Then what they'll probably do is they'll make enough. They'll give these platforms enough exclusives to a point that there's a library that's being built. A bunch of Microsoft games being on these platforms. And then they get cozy with these companies like PlayStation, like with Sony themselves and Nintendo themselves. And then they turn around and say, okay, since we've done all this, we have all this information, all these games for you guys. How about, in order for fans to be able to have all these games and be able to play all these Microsoft games, you know, anytime they want, how about we able to be able to put Game Pass on PlayStation and on a Nintendo console?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Now, the question is, will they fall into this bait? I think the only way they will lean into this bait is if these Microsoft first party games make Sony a shit ton of money. Because you also got to remember, Call of Duty made Sony so much money to the point where they're able to take that money, right, and use that money to finance their first party games. Now you have to think about it for a second. If their first party games, since now Call of Duty is a first party game for Microsoft, if they put Gears of War, and Halo, which sounds so ridiculous just hearing that, but if these titles end up making so much money on PlayStation, and PlayStation makes that money and be able to take that money and be able to finance their first party games, why would they turn down Game Pass at that point if it's proven to make them money at some point? You get what I'm saying? So now that you have Game Pass on there, now Microsoft just tapped in Sony's demographic, and if Nintendo opens up for Game Pass to be on their platform, Microsoft just tapped into Nintendo's platform. Now you also got to understand is that we're going to an all digital era, which I hate. I love to have physical copies of my games. I guess, like I said, many people call me, the younger generation call me an old fossil for wanting to have my games physical. But they're playing the long game. We are eventually moving to an all digital era where everything's going to be digital, and we're going to be moving to a subscription service era. We talked about Ubisoft, where the Ubisoft executive said you got to get used to, gamers need to get used to not owning their games for this subscription model to work, which we're going to go eventually down that direction. So get ready for it. So in my personal opinion, I think this is a way for Microsoft to slither in order for them to be able to get these Game Passes on these major platforms so they can be able to tap into that ecosystem. So by the time when we eventually go into that subscription service, Microsoft will be the big player in that space. They will be the big player. It's kind of like having Microsoft Windows on every PC. Now every platform, every device is going to have Game Pass built into it, just like how Microsoft Windows is built into almost every PC as an operating system. And that's what I think that they're trying to do. Now, this is also a risky situation here because also now Sarah Bond is the one that's in charge of Xbox, the Xbox division that they go on, the Xbox division that they have going on here. And if these rumors are true, that she's ripping everything apart, this could be bad for the company, or this could fall in her favor and actually work for her. We just don't know yet. And this is a big gamble because guess what? She's also going to take the brunt of all this as well. It's because if this plan doesn't work, and since she moved up, because everybody moved up, her boss who was in charge of the division, he moved up. So she moved up because he moved up. So now, any decision moving forward, because there's still speculation or there's rumors going on that we will get another Microsoft console in 2026. And there's speculation that it's going to be all digital. It's going to pretty much be a Game Pass box, essentially. So, if it doesn't work out, she's going to take the hit. She's going to get thrown under the bus for this. So, this is something that's really, really going wild right now because we don't know what they're planning. But in my personal opinion, I don't think this is a defeat on Microsoft's end. Microsoft's playing the long game, and I think people's underestimating what Microsoft is doing. Do I agree with what they're doing? No, I don't really agree with what they're doing. We need consoles. I love consoles. And I think for Microsoft case, they're going to need some exclusives. The thing is, they put an emphasis on the Xbox Game Pass. But me, in my personal opinion, how can you sell the Game Pass if your Xbox console itself is not pulling in any exclusives or don't have enough exclusives, or you're just giving away your exclusives? Then what is the point? And that's what fans are upset. What is the point to having an Xbox? I might as well just stay with my PC. Or I might as well just grab a PS5 and just play PS5 games and just keep it a bean, and also get Xbox games down that it's on the PlayStation 5. But then that is the plan. That hey, if we don't buy the Xbox, I just get this console and still get Xbox games and get their services, which is Game Pass. So this is just wild. This is just extremely wild, and we won't know anything. And as I said before, Phil Spencer is at the top of everything. He has the final say with all of this at the end of the day. So we will just have to wait and see where all this is going. But to think about first party Xbox like exclusives like Halo going over to PlayStation, They just sound wild to me. And even Gears of War, they just I just can't even fathom it right now because it just sounds ridiculous. But let's just wait and see this week and see what they have to say about all this before we actually jump the gun. You know, I understand fans are upset about this whole entire situation, but this is Microsoft. They got the money, and I doubt that they're going anywhere. It's just that they're going to really sit this out. They're going to play the long wait. They like Madara from Naruto. They're going to play the long game before, in order for them to get pretty much land the company in the position that they're trying to land it to, banking it on a future that they think gaming is going to go. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment sections below. What do you think about this entire situation, of this possibility that Microsoft could be going third party, or a lot of the first party titles could be going to PlayStation and Nintendo consoles in the near future? And what are you hoping to expect from Sarah Bond and her, as her being the new leader of the Xbox platform? And what do you think? What can you expect from Phil Spencer in this upcoming business update that we will be hearing sometime this week? So definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, the subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.